Hey,
Hello.
hello, hello.
Hello. Good evening, correct?
Yes, it's 7 p.m. Yeah, my time it's 7 p.m.
Well, nice. I hope you guys are, well, I hope you both are safe right now during all this coronavirus craziness.
Yeah, I'm stay at home like
Have my,
everyone.
it's 9 a.m. our time, so I have a nice fresh brew of coffee to give.
It's your morning, yeah?
Yeah, it's 9 a.m. for
Oh,
us.
thank you that you wake up so early for me.
Oh, it's okay. I know huge 10-hour time difference, so it's totally fine. I'm up early anyways, regardless.
Okay, great, great.
So it's Alexi, correct? Is your bandmate?
Alexei, no, he cannot be
Oh
here
yeah.
with me. So he lives in a different city, and we cannot meet right now.
Oh yeah. How was the quarantine and everything with you for during all this crazy?
Actually, it's pretty fine. We can, if you need to go somewhere, you can go. You can go, but uh, we have recommendation about stay home, but it's not necessary. So if you care, you can stay at home. If you don't care, you can go and walk.
It's kind of similar to California, but they're a little bit more strict. Everything is closed. We can't, no
Um,
concerts, no nothing. Only
no, we have not concert. We have a lot of closed shops and etc. So you cannot go nowhere, but you can walk on the street. I think in California you can do the same. Yeah.
yeah, but it's they're watching, especially when you take like dogs out and whatnot. They don't want you to be in a big group of people and gathering and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So
Well, this is our reality. What we can do.
I know, and I know it's affecting musicians and everybody and concerts and everybody how they do it. But you can still put out good music though. That's a huge thing right now, and the content and what bands and artists like yourself are doing and whatnot, and all your freaking amazing covers that you've been putting out pretty much every week.
Yes. And
So how did
if we talk about Alexei, I know that he's sit at home and he has a vacation right now, and he record a lot of instrumental songs right now, and I think I will leave in studio after quarantine because I need to record my vocal for the new album. So
now does he send you the tracks digitally? Do you guys have a like a SoundCloud or whatever where you sending everything to each other so you can before well, when you start recording again, are you ready to go into it just knowing what he's been doing?
uh, I'm not sure that I understand you right, but if you ask about Uh, well, we are ready to record new album right now. Or what was your question? Can you repeat?
Even with the quarantine and him writing new music, is he
Hmm.
sending it to you so you're ready to go record right after you can lift and go travel and start recording in the studio?
Yes, of course, we're ready, and
Cool.
we're one of this.
That's great. I'm glad you guys are taking advantage of the time. Every band should be doing this right now, having new material and ready. So as everything gets lifted, put out new music for the fans and keep doing it while they can, if they can, still during the quarantine. Um, so how did you and Alexi first meet, though? How did this band and how did you guys form together to make this beautiful death metal baby?
Oh well, the band,
Yeah.
if you know, it was a one-man band. It was a solo project, and it was formed long time ago. I guess it was 2006. And Alexei record a lot of albums, like 7 albums, and he had a lot of guest vocals while among these albums. But he always wanna have an official member, official singer, and he found me because he saw my videos, and he just wrote me and told something like, "Hey, you wanna be my guest vocal in one song?" And I say, "Yeah, why not? Can you show me what you have?" And I listened that song, and I was like wow, it's so amazing song, and I want to be not only a guest vocal, I want to be official member of this band. And well, when I recorded that song, only one song, and you know it's our first single. Alexei invited me to be an official member of this band, so we start and recorded a full album. And I'm so happy about this because it's a huge, huge, huge experience for me.
That it is huge, and now even more knowing. So this is your first, time in band going with it. And when I researched and went back to it, so it's Ethir Anduin, correct? Is pronunciation?
Pronunciation. Well, if you know, it is the river in Lord of the Rings. It is,
Oh,
yes, and it is, well, it's elf language, and I'm pretty sure it sounds like Ethir Anduin, but
Ethir
maybe, yeah, Ethir Anduin. Well, this is some guys who know a lot about Lord of the Rings always wrote me about, wow, why your band has the same name like a river.
but that's cool.
But
It's it makes it that's actually very unique, and even more so than knowing if now you're gonna have a little bit more dedicated fans knowing about that. Are like, hey, do you what? That's a cool name.
yes, yes, I think Alexei has had opinion about that, so that's why he chose this
And then
name.
when I
And
when I went back and listened to, because like you said, it was one man. He put and composed everything, drums, bass, everything in post production. I was really
yeah,
amazed. He does it all. He is amazing.
yes, I think that Alexei is genius. And he recorded all instruments, and he do it always really fast. Because, for example, right now we stay at quarantine near months, and he sent me uh, already 5 songs for full and ready 5 songs just for 1 month he recorded. And I just say, Alexei, I cannot record it at home, I need to go in studio. And well, I can do it only after quarantine. And he said, yeah, okay, I just give you this song so you can record it whenever you want. So I think that after 2 or 3 weeks he recorded a full album, and I just sit right okay. And I just need to leave in the studio, I think. Yeah.
So then, for lyrics wise, especially with this first new album with you being in it,
Mhm.
how do you guys decide the lyrics for the music?
Well, it was idea of Alexei. He loved a Russian poem of our Russian writer. His name is Alexander Vidensky.
Yes,
And this poem is really, really strange, actually.
I
And
read it. It's
really,
Father, correct?
yeah, Father. I think that English translation cannot can't tell you everything like if you read it in Russian. Well, we have English translation, and I need to make arrangement with lyrics, with music, and that was my work. Alexei just gave me this poem and say, "Hey, enjoy it." So
And it's definitely when I read that, because I read it in an article that it was originally based off the poem. Then I
mhm.
looked up the poem and found an English translation. Hopefully, it was as close as I can get for this translation. It's definitely a morbid poem of life and death and whatnot. So I can see the correlation between with the song and how writing that could be difficult.
Yes, and well, anyway, I think that this poem is really, really deep and emotional, and of course, the main question in this is about death and life, and this is mortal question, I think, and this is perfect for black and doom metal. I think it's perfect poem for this.
And how did you guys decide that to be the first single to put out?
Well, it was first song to ready, and when we recorded another songs, we just listened our first song and realized that this song is about when you listen this track, you understand what will be a full album will be about. Yeah. So this is I think that this song is full, and sometimes I think that only one song can be something like a whole EP or something like this, because it's really, really great composition, and I don't know how to say it right, but this song is telling you whole story, actually, only in one song.
And the whole album is like, it's from going off from first the awareness of frailty of being, and going in for the rest of the 7 tracks, because that's, you have 8 tracks on the album technically, and it looks on paper like it's short, but it's a pretty long album. You're already going like an hour and a half, and some songs 10 minutes long. And
yes, I know.
no, but it's great because you don't realize it when you're listening to it. You don't realize an hour has passed. Like, oh my God, it's the whole album is like a story, and you don't realize how each chapter is broken down into each song.
Yes, yes. That was the main idea, to show all poem in whole album. So Alexei and me, we really like when one album has one mind, one story in every song. So we think it's really important to be complete album, or how maybe
Yes.
you can. I hope you understand me.
Yes, I understand. But knowing that Alexei does everything else, post-production, the mixing and whatnot, so will you guys be looking for bandmates after quarantine is done to maybe do this live and do a nice tour with it and promote it and stuff like that?
Well, actually, it is my dream, and of course, Alexei dream about the same. But we realized that our music is really hard, and we need to find professional musicians, not like the beginners or something like them. We need to find the professional musicians, but of course they need money because it's how to say it. We this project is internet project at the first place, and we play underground music and have not so many fans who can I don't know, tell us that, hey, come on in our city and we have a big crowd and you earn some money for this. And professional musicians, we have nothing for them to just say only, hey, do you like this music? We work like for idea, not for money. So if you like it, you can enjoy us and play with us. But nothing else right now. So I realized that we need something like a miracle to really have some resources to create a full band, practice all song and go in the tour. So it's right now, I think it's really, really difficult to organize.
More so right now because the music industry is really hurting during this coronavirus huge outbreak. But like you said, it was an internet project, and how he found you and reached out to you there may be some musicians out there that could find maybe closer to you as well, closer to both of you, that maybe be able to they'll find you guys be able to find and do it because the music you have fans for the music. That's no doubt about it. The music is when I heard your lyrics and heard the single and heard the whole album, it is dark, it is brutal, it is heavy, and you will have mosh pits.
It's my dream, really, my dream.
So it reminded me so much of Arch Enemy. You know, it has such a great dark, and then the lyrics, knowing
Yeah.
more behind Alexi and how you guys come up with the idea now for, especially for this whole album, basically off of the poem of Father, that has a lot more darker and depressed mode to it, but an enjoyable depressed meaning behind it.
Yeah, I really like this. You know, when I listen music and if I feel some emotions, I want to cry or something like that. For me, it means that wow, this music is impressive and really emotions. So I love it. Actually, if to be honest, sometimes when I listen some parts of our album, uh, I know I record these parts and I listen them I don't know 1,000 times, but sometimes I feel that in some part I want to cry, and that means that I made a really great work like a vocalist. So I'm really proud of this, and I hope everyone like it. I
Oh,
hope so.
definitely, I know everyone is. I mean, it's especially as a metal fan and metal lover, this album, for one, your first album, this is a huge undertaking. And for Alexi, he knowing how much he's done behind it, and because he mixes everything himself and does everything for production, correct?
Yes, but we have a sound engineer
Oh,
who
okay.
working after recordings. He make mixed and mastered this. So Alexei only recorded all instruments, and I record my vocal. And after we just took it in the studio to sound engineer who work with it.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, still, so three heads essentially making everything, but you guys, for two people, this is an amazing album and a first album for you. So this is a huge undertaking.
Yes, yes, yes. You know, I have experience like guest vocals in some bands before, and I had some experience in the studio, of course. But this album is a huge, huge step to my future. You know, I feel like I have a level up, like plus 500% of my skill, and I really appreciate this experience, and I love what we do, and I love our child, like an album.
Now, have you and Alexi? I know you said you did guest vocals before with other bands, but have you or Alexi worked with been part of other projects with bands and tried to do stuff before?
No, no, no. If you wanna know, we didn't know each other with Alexi before this band.
And have
So
you, besides guest singing, were you a part of other bands? Did you think that I'm going to start a band, or I'm going to be the lead singer, I'm going to be a front woman for a heavy metal band?
well, I always wanted, but I realized that I need to find the bands where I feel free and well, where I don't know. Uh, I want to find a band which music I really like, because I had some invitation in some bands, but I realized that music is too much popular for me or something like this, like metalcore style, and I realized that I love I feel more emotions in black metal, in death metal. For me, it's the main genre in this style of music, and I love it. So I really want to be a part of some underground band.
That's awesome. How did you get into metal music? I mean, obviously, it's not the genre everyone would expect, or even it's not. Everyone you think of Cannibal Corpse or these Amon Amarth and Mastodon, and
Yay,
how did you
Morbid
find this
Angel.
music?
Well, I started listen well when I was a child, of course. I always listened this music. I started my well, my favorite bands firstly was Korn and Deftones. I was alternative girl, and after I found some new genre like deathcore and just death metal, black metal, and I realized my friends, everyone started listen more quiet music, and I went in different ways. So in the more harder way. So that's how I become a fan of death metal. My favorite bands, I think it's Cannibal Corpse right now, and Cradle of Filth.
Nice.
Yeah, and Zimmer Burger sometimes. Yeah, in
For
this style of genre. Mm?
for this album, and then going forth with the new music that Alexi's already sent you, is there certain artists that you guys listen to or admire or inspiration to help you with your creative process?
Which bands you mean?
Yeah, are there bands
Yeah,
that
inspiration.
have the inspiration for the music that you guys are putting out?
Well, actually, these bands are not death metal. I don't know why, but when I recorded a full album and I listen a lot, Devil Sold His Soul. I don't know why, but when I listen uh, their songs, I feel a lot of emotions inside, and I just want to create something new, something from me. I don't know why, but Devil Sold His Soul is my inspiration band right now.
That's okay, because everyone listens to something different for inspiration. A lot of heavy, like Randy Blythe from Lamb of God,
Yeah.
he actually listens to some hip hop music and stuff like that. You take
Mm.
inspiration for the music that you're going to create in your style.
Yes, maybe that's why it's sometimes really different styles, and maybe that's why. Yeah, I hope so.
So for this new album, I don't know if you're allowed to talk about it with the music that he sent you, and I know how you said there's going to be an overall theme. Like this one was based off the poem for Father. Is there a theme or idea for this new album which you guys are ready to put out after quarantine?
Well, it's a hard question because we have not. We decided to stop using poems, and I need to write some lyrics. We discussed a lot with Alexei about what it can be, and we think something because we Alexei live in the small city with a lot of forests, and that city has some mystical places, and it's about our history of our not our country, but it's a history about old years when Vikings was in this world. So we have some old history about people who lives in Russia in that days, and Alexei and I, we wanna create something about that moment, about our old history of our nation. So I don't know how to explain it.
No,
But
you made perfect sense, understanding because going around, especially where I guess where the city he lives at, and more of the history. I guess you're going to say this is going to be a good concept album of the history where he lives in that town.
yeah,
Which so you are in St. Petersburg, correct?
yes, yes. And Alexei lives near. The name of his city is Tikhvin, and it's I think I need 4 hours to go by bus or by car to him. Yeah, so we meet not so often, but we talk a lot in the internet and discuss every process, and so that's how we connect with each other.
Knowing now how you guys met and how you guys are kind of doing everything, there's a film called by Sumerian Records called
Oh,
American Satan
mhm.
that kind of shows that digital like bandmates finding each other on the interweb and creating a band together. And some people are kind of against it as it's like like not the orthodox way of finding a bandmate, but this is a rare case and a great showing that you can find a band member on the internet and make music together.
Yes, yes, yes. Actually, I have one more internet project, but it it's more jammed music, and we have all members. Uh, this bandmate lives in Brazil and Argentina, and me in Russia. But we can't release nothing in this moment, so I hope we will do it soon, but not yet.
But that so are you allowed to say what the name of the project is or is it going to be secret still?
Uh, no, no, we have the name. It names Ewoks, like sounds like how it's say. Do you
Uh,
know Ewoks from Star
Star
Wars?
Wars. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Well, but I don't know when we can release something, but I hope we can do something because the music there is really great and really different, not like Ethir Anduin. Um, so maybe you will see it soon.
Oh,
I
hopefully
hope.
so. And hopefully, you guys will, well, after the quarantine's done, all over the world, and then hopefully with the Ethir Anduin, you guys can play live and showcase your guys' skills live, and hopefully, being able to do that. So, have you ever been on the stage live and performed in front of a bunch of fans mosh pitting in front of you?
Not so big crowd was, and I was not with Alexei, of course, with another bands. So I hope so because when we released our album, we have some suggestions from black metal festivals in Europe, and they told that wow, we want to invite you. Maybe not in this year if you are not ready because you have not a full bandmates. But we try to find some musicians to make it, but we realized that if we do it, it will be like we invest our money in this. We create a full band, we practice a lot, and go for some summer festival. But I don't know. Uh, I think that the result of this will not be so cool. So that's why we stay home and don't go into right now.
Yeah, I know. Right now, especially, it's hurting everybody, and festivals, concerts, and practicing and studio time. It just
Yeah,
shifts.
yeah, it's all our investment. Yeah.
I know, but and I know the music though will shine, and your guys' music is coming out. Especially, I'm promoting it as well because it is a rare gem and find during this time, and it is a perfect time to put out music and it's an amazing album. You guys should be very proud of what you've done and for the work that Alexi has done. It's an amazing first album for you as a front woman putting this out, and for Alexi playing everything on the album is a huge accomplishment. And fans are going to love this, especially right now when they have all the free time in the world to headbang in their own freaking home.
Yay. Oh, thank you so much. It's really nice to hear, and I really appreciate that you invite me here in your studio to have an interview.
Well, thank you, and thank you for your time for this. I know it's Saturday nights. I'm sure you want to go out and party on a Saturday night if you can.
Yeah, we can. So we can talk a lot.
But how is the metal scene in Russia? How is the rock and metal scene in Russia?
Well, I think that the last 5 years we have new bands. Maybe you know about them. I can say that. Do you hear about Slaughter to Prevail?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
I do. I love those dudes.
It's a Russian band.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes, and they. Everyone I know that everyone told them that hey guys, you are just Russian death metal, and nobody in the world don't want to listen to your music firstly, but they did it, and they have a lot of fans everywhere. So I'm really proud of them, and they're really proud because it's Russian band, and it's something like a motivation for me that I can do the same, and so I'm going to my dream.
When you think of metal bands, everyone goes, oh, Swedish death metal, black metal, American heavy metal, British heavy metal, and yes, there's Russia is coming in with some of these amazing acts and artists, or from Ukraine like Ginger.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So it's nice to know that metal is still coming out from other countries, and it's got a huge following. And especially that knowing, I didn't even know Slaughter to Prevail was from Russia. I enjoy their music because I hear them and work out to them. That's nice to know that. I didn't even know that.
Oh well, I think that death metal and black metal is really great style of music for Russia, and I hope that maybe in the future someone will say, yeah, Russian band creates awesome black metal like Norwegian or Finnish people. So I really hope about that.
And how are for say, best case scenario, again, after the quarantine's done, say you guys in the next 3 months, you find bandmates. What are venues that are there venues to showcase and play you guys can do in Russia?
You mean concert?
Yeah. Are there
in Russia?
Yeah.
Well, I think we are really underground bands, and this style of music, maybe we can create some concert in my city and in Moscow. It's two biggest cities, and I think we can have some crowd there. But another Russia, it will be only like you come there and you have only, I don't know, 10 people on the show. So I think we can create something in only two cities right now. So actually, I think that if we can do it, we try to go in tour in Poland because we have many requests from Poland. I don't know why, but
but seeing all the hearts coming up right here on Instagram, you have fans. So you're gonna have, no matter what, wherever you're gonna go to, you're gonna have fans filling up your concert. When you guys are ready to tour and can do it, you have fans. So there's not gonna be any doubt who's gonna show up to the concert. My ass will be there as well.
Oh, well, if we I have many fans in Argentina, and I really hope, it's my dream to have a tour in South America one day.
Hey, like you said, one day becomes today. You know, you wanted one day to be a front woman, and now you are for a band. So
Yeah.
that's going to happen no matter what. That's going to be on the table.
Yeah, it's our positive energy can create this.
Um, and besides this as well, how did you get into doing all these covers on your Instagram? Because
Ah,
that's how Lexi found you, was doing covers and whatnot, and he deemed you an amazing vocalist and worthy of his band. So how did you how did you decide to want to do just cover songs in your own death metal way?
well, when I started my Instagram page, of course, I tried to choose some popular song in metal. Of course, sometimes it was pop music, but I sang it in my metal way. And maybe after 1 month, I have a lot of requests from people, from our followers, and they asked this song, and that song. So now I have, I don't know, maybe 100 requests about songs. So when I just think about new video, I just open this list and say, okay, let's try this and this and this. That's how I choose right now.
I would say between you and another band, Our Last Nights, they're a little more of a post-core band, but I would say when I recommend people, if you want to hear different covers of a version, say of like Katy Perry, there you go.
Yeah.
Different cover versions of Katy Perry or something. Our Last Night and yourself are who I recommend because you guys do it in a way that's different. You're not just doing a cover song, you're doing a cover song in your style, your way. You're changing the song.
Oh, thank you.
Because that's how it should be, and that's what what I can imagine what Alexi saw when he heard you during your covers and changing. I'm like, wow, that's a true artist. Being able to change a song from how it was written and sing it your way to make it sound better.
Yes, yes, he told me about that, and he told that he was in love with my high scream because it sounds really different, not like others. And I call my high scream like primal scream. I hope maybe it will be a new technique in extreme vocal like primal scream. I hope so. That I will be the first who create this.
And it even comes out in the album as well. For knowing Alexi does all the instruments, what is Alexi? What does he love to play the most? Out of all the instruments that he does for the band, what does he like to play? He leans towards the most. Guitar, drums, bass.
I, if we talk about Alexei, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I actually don't know, but
Well, if he's here,
I think
he's still on. I think he's watching as well. Hopefully, he'll put it in. It's what he loves to
I
play.
hope no. I think that his favorite instrument is guitar, of course. I think so. Because drum, we have we use a drum machine. It's not leaf drums on our album, so it's not so interesting for him just to create drums in the program. So guitar is his passion.
And for the new music that he already gave you 5 songs, probably putting out. He already has 2 albums ready. Are your lyrics ready for after quarantine? Like you're ready to lay them down? Or are you still working on them?
I'm still working with it right now. I hope I will finish it, and I just after quarantine I can go in the studio and record, and maybe it's our how to say, it's our dream that we can release our new album in this year. In the end,
That'd be huge. That would be hopefully you can. Hopefully quarantine's done and metalheads we can put music out. Um, so are you guys considered independent or are you with a label?
we have a label. It's Russian label called Satanas Records, and I know that he collaborates with Poland label Grim Distribution. But it's not a huge label. So anyway, we need to invest our money in our album.
How do you feel about the label? Are they? Do you feel like they're representing you guys well and helping you with distribution and things like that?
Well, Alexei told me that when he was without label, he couldn't promote his band really good, and when he signed with the label, he promoted us, and we have many new fans in since that days. So that's why we think that yes, this label is working good and and help us to promote our band.
That's good. So I know certain labels are more notorious for not helping bands, and it's glad that you guys feel comfortable with them and they're helping you. As long as they're promoting your music, and that's what it should come down to. And I'm glad that they are still they're promoting your music and continue to do that.
Well, I don't know actually. I think that I think that the best label is that who can help you with a tour with big and popular bands. You know, like how to say, for example, if it's I don't know, a huge label like Napalm Death. Oh no.
Or like Sumerian, Victory.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you sign with it, you will join a lot of tours with a lot of popular bands, and you can find a new audience there, and it's really great for a band for opportunities. But our label is not so huge.
But did they, when creating your music, did they have any say in the music? Did they have any input, creative input into on this album? And are they having any input going forth?
I actually don't understand this question. Can you explain, please?
For the music that you guys are creating, does the band put their the label have their opinion on it? Do they have final say?
I don't know.
Or I'll put it this way: does the studio have a say in your music?
How I sing in the studio?
Or so does? I'm trying the best way to put it. What does the label control your music? Do they?
No.
Did they reject it in your music? Did they put like, no, this doesn't work?
No. Of course, no, because he just we discuss only with Alexei and choose what parts of our music is good, and we made all album and just send it to our label, and they say, okay, we can just give you the dates which when we can release your album, and that's all. So,
okay, well, that's good that they don't have I know certain labels. I won't say names of labels that do, but there's other
Oh,
labels that they put their hands in your music and kind of
mm,
control everything. So it's great that they don't do that, and they allow you to have more creative freedom, which it should be.
yeah, yeah. I
Um,
hope.
were you guys? I know I mentioned earlier that on Instagram, where you guys have be making merchandise, shirts, and stuff like that, and creating that up for people to buy and support you guys. That would be an amazing way to support the band right now as well for you too.
Yes, I know. Actually, we created our T-shirts, but we can send only 2 or 3 of this because our mail service doesn't work good right now. So we need to, anyway, we need to um, say,
And wait
uh,
for it to get better to
yes,
ship it out. Yeah.
yes, we need to wait, and after we can, of course, we will make a post about our T-shirts so everyone can buy it soon. I hope so in May.
Yes, because I will be buying one as well. I want to support, especially it's just 2 of you, so I want to support and continue to support you guys as well. And I know fans would love to support, and besides to stream your music, be able to buy a nice physical copy of everything and all that good stuff.
Oh, thank you so much.
So I don't know
Thank
if
you
you,
so much. It's really nice.
I know streaming is a new thing right now, but I know buying physical copies will help a band a lot more than just streaming from Spotify or Apple Music and stuff like that.
Yes, yes, of course, of course. But anyway, I we have some small money from Spotify too and Apple Music too because a lot of guys listen it every day and it's I love it. You know, sometimes I just go inside the website of Spotify in of Ethir Anduin, and I just can see how many guys listen it right now. And sometimes I just go in this site and watch how many guys will listen it, and I just do like, yay! Someone listen my music.
Oh yes, we are. Everybody is. Everybody is. Don't do not deny that you have fans. You have fans all over the world, like you said, Argentina, America, Poland. You have them out there, and everyone is listening. And you guys are going to get bigger, and I know you will. This music is. Be proud of this first album, and it's an amazing first album.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really proud about this album.
And Alexi, if you're still watching, be proud of yourself as well for kicking ass. And I can't wait to hear more of the new music after the quarantine. Maybe you guys can sneak in something digitally, whatnot, separate, kind of doing, the social distancing. But hopefully afterwards, when you guys can put the music in the studio, we'll have a new album by the end of the year, like you said.
Yeah, yeah. I really hope that it will be soon, because I know that I'm pretty sure that a lot of people right now feel really boring at home, and it's really hard times for everybody. So I wanna wish to this world that this quarantine needs to stop soon.
And it
For
will.
everyone.
And metalheads and metal fans and your guys' fans are gonna everyone's once the quarantine's lifted, metalheads are gonna go crazy around the world and
Yeah.
we're gonna have a huge spike. We're gonna huge spike, and so I don't doubt that at all. And hopefully you guys will continue to keep streaming stuff. Maybe do you guys have any unreleased songs that didn't make the album? Like there tracks that you guys didn't use from the album?
No, 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 we have not this. But Alexei asked me to record some vocals for the previous album, which was without vocals.
Yeah, all
He
the
wanna release it again with vocal, but maybe not so many songs. But maybe we do it. I don't know yet.
he's incredibly talented. When I listened to the previous albums of the instrumentals that he did, he's a talented musician, very creative. So I can
I
definitely,
know.
hopefully, you guys will be able to do that. Re-release one of the albums with your vocals on it because those were amazing from his part.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so because I really love and enjoy previous album, especially "Loneliness of My Life." It's really emotional, and I know what happens in Alexei's life in that moment while he wrote it, and so I can say that it was a really emotional, huge work for him.
That's that's huge. That's amazing. And Alexi, I hope you're still watching. Good fucking job. Great work. To kind of wrap it up, I love to ask in all my interviews near the end of it, who are you listening to right now? Like music wise, during this quarantine, what kind of music are you listening to right now?
I listen a lot of bands right now, but I listen a lot a new album of August Burns Red because it's
Uh,
a new and I really love this band. So I was twice on their shows, and I really enjoy this new album. And of course, I listen right now Dillinger Escape Plan and Devil Sold His Soul. That's what my favorite top three right now.
that's awesome. Those are very good choices. For old school metal, what would be your top three old school metal favorite artists? Old school, going back to
Top
the
three.
80s and all that stuff. Old school heavy metal.
Hmm. Maybe okay. Corn is not. It's more.
Well, we'll dip into the 90s. We can throw a corner there for the 90s too. 80s and 90s, top three metal bands.
Okay, I say Corn firstly. Deftones and Cannibal Corpse.
Nice.
It's
Three.
strange, I know, but I listen a lot of genre of music. So yeah.
Well,
I,
that's huge, and I can see, especially Cannibal Corpse. I can see the inspiration behind your guys' music as well. And this album, it reminds me so much of a great Arch Enemy meets Black Dahlia Murder kind of styles
mm,
together, and it's amazing. It's an amazing album. I will continue to promote it. I know you guys don't have any merchandise and whatnot, but you have your link for Spotify and Apple Music, and I'll have that posted as well afterwards
mm.
on YouTube when I upload this whole interview for everyone to see again. So everyone can continue to stream your music and continue to find you guys, and you guys can keep making metal music.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's really, really cool for us. Thanks that you. I saw that you have interview with different bands, and I know that you really like some underground music, and it's really cool that you help us to promote it, and we really appreciate this. Thank you so much.
No, of course, and thank you guys for the time. And that's what I love to do. I love to one music that I believe in, and two be help talk to bands and show your fans what you guys have and what you're bringing, and for them to be a little bit closer to your music.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday evening for you,
Mm.
Saturday morning for me. I hope Alexi is doing great. I hope you both are safe during this quarantine, and I hope to hear, and I know I will hear more amazing music coming from you guys.
Oh, thank you so much, and have a good day. You
Thank
have
you.
a whole day.
Hopefully, we can see you guys tour sometime. We find the right band members to form together, and I
I
can
hope so.
headbang from the side and going crazy with you guys.
Yeah. When I can scream in the crowd, yeah. What's about Wall of Death? Hey guys.
Circle pit, circle
Yeah.
pit.
Circle pit, circle pit. Something like this.
That day will happen. Watch. That day will happen. I know it will.
Yeah, I hope so. So
But thank you again, and hope you guys both stay safe.
yeah, and you too. Please take care, and everyone who listen us, and everyone. Thank you so much.
And so for everyone watching, and if you are new to their music, I'm going to have everything posted again on YouTube. And you can follow them on their Instagram page and her personal Instagram page as well for all her amazing covers she does, which I'll have links to all that below. And you can follow them. headbang, or if you just want to do yoga and listen to some black metal, that's cool too. Whatever floats your boat, however you get your black metal in. So,
Yay! Thank you.
thank you, Luka.
Thanks.
Bye.
So we need to say bye. Bye bye.